life. How did you
Yeah.
wind up in where you're at?
The first half of my career actually was spent in sort of international procurement and supply chain roles in companies like Ford Motor Company, Motorola, Cable and Wireless, so sort of fairly big blue chip organizations,
Yeah.
um, which saw me spend a lot of time traveling and experiencing. Not really in the nature of my job, although a little bit as a head of procurement, making sure that your procurement policies are equitable and diverse and inclusive. So an amount of that, and certainly spending a lot of time internationally. So I spent quite a lot of time in South Africa. I spent time in China, in the US, all over. But the last role that I had was with Cable and Wireless, and that brought me to the Caribbean.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I was actually doing a business transformation role for them across the islands, and again was very aware of the inequalities, the vulnerabilities of small island developing states. It's where I sort of started to understand the sugar industry more, and also even then, and this was back sort of in 2010, very aware of waste and environmental impact of not disposing of waste properly, walking along
Mm-hmm.
beaches, seeing the plastic on the beaches, the classic shots that we still continue to see now, but very aware of it.
Yeah.
Um,
So let me ask you this. So reducing waste, reducing costs, improving efficiencies, all those are rooted in sound procurement and supply chain principles, yet they're also the case for circularity, right?
Totally. I totally agree. I think some of the practicalities of the material as it's used by consumers, and then the infrastructure and the effort then for companies and the accountability of companies to get that material back in one way, shape, or form into their supply chains is where things, in my view and experience, are broken.